guys in Lawn Care Tips and Tricks. Tonight we're going to be talking about how my company is able to gross between $10,000 and $17,000 a week in lawn care revenue. But we're also going to take and we're going to break down all of the positions that make that possible. So what I want you to do as a business owner is to think about your company, either one, in the positions that you're going to hire in the future, or two, that the current positions that you have for your company, and how you can kind of fit this mold to make this happen for you. So in the springtime, we are able to gross about $17,000 a week in lawn care revenue. So we have things that are contributing to this, things like our irrigation revenue, our landscape revenue, and our hardscape revenue. But as we get into fall, our revenue falls to about $10,000 a week in lawn care revenue. And so as you see in the property cleanup that we currently did, that you see guys like my supervisor, my mechanic, my landscape guys, my irrigation guys, and everybody coming together and helping out on these properties. And the reason for that is because we found that on these larger properties, if we can get our whole company together, that it allows for us to get the properties knocked out a lot quicker and then to get onto our other routes and schedules. So what this means is that our whole company will go in, knock out this bigger property, one of our big HOAs, POAs. This one's a 52 home POA. And then once we complete this POA, it took us about 2 hours to do this cleanup. We then broke up into multiple crews to go out and do other services. Key component that allows for this to happen is the fact that my guys are willing to wear multiple hats and that they have a teamwork mentality. And so what that means is that they are looking out for their team and that they are helping to get the most difficult, nastiest job done of the day so that we can all get out and we can go make our other money. And that's what I like for all of my guys, to kind of keep that mentality so that nobody gets hung up on the big property and gets wore out, burn out before they ever get onto these other properties. I'm sure you as a business owner in lawn care that you've seen the same thing happen. There's those properties that just kind of beat you up, you feel wore out, burn out, and you don't want to continue on. That's what these big properties were doing for us. Even though they're great streams of revenue, they were literally defeating us before we could even get out and do the other properties on our routine schedule, just our regular residentials. And it was making it where they weren't able to be profitable because of how far behind we were falling. And we found once we all came together and knocked these things out in just a few hours and then dispersed, how we were able to manage our load a lot better. So guys, that's what I want you to think about. But also I want to go a little bit deeper. I want to look at your company and your employees. And so let's take my supervisor, for instance. My supervisor is not only making the schedules each morning, filing receipts, filing checks and making payments and all of that, but also as the crews go out, he's going out to the most difficult property of the day. Even if it's not a big HOA or POA that day that my whole company's coming in on, say it's one of our big Forest Service jobs or it's one of our big churches. We have everybody coming together on the most difficult task of the day, knocking it out, and then we are moving forward with our other schedules. So he may run over here, help him on that project, and then leave as soon as that's done and go do irrigation service calls with my irrigation tech. Because my supervisor is able to do all things, it allows for us to be extremely profitable and helps us in not only with getting our lawn care done, but also helps us in being able to make between about $2,000 and $3,000 a week in irrigation as well. The key in having my supervisor helping on irrigation is the fact that he can go and look at our properties and service the irrigation and also see if there's anything that our lawn care guys are missing, anything that our landscape guys need to go and touch up. And so it just helps everything move in a circle and keeps us operating and keeps everything sharpened. And so that's what I want you to think about. But then let's look at another position. Let's look at my mechanic. So my mechanic is in here, he's keeping our equipment serviced, he's keeping our trucks on the road. There's times where he has to go out into the field. And so what we like to do is we like to kind of schedule where he can be on all of these big HOAs and POAs and then takes days when he's not doing that to focus on our equipment. But then as you get into like fall, where we don't have as much stuff breaking down right now, and his things are kind of slowing down, it allows for him to get out there onto a truck and help with the leaf removal. So we have an extra guy, an extra leaf blower out there helping with the revenue of the business. And then if something does break down, he can come in here, get it up and going, and keeping all the crews, just operating at full capacity. There's other positions like our landscape guys. They do the same thing, guys. They are out there push mowing on our big POAs. They're out there running leaf blowers and just helping getting these jobs completed. And when they finish those up, they're back to their projects. And so it keeps everybody focused on the fact that we are helping one another get things completed. And our lawn care guys, they'll come out and help us lay sod. And that's the awesome thing about having a company that operates this way, is they're not just worried about when they get their job finished, coming back to the shop, getting clocked out and going home. They're focused on what the other crews are hung up on. I have crews that will finish up their schedule and go help another crew finish their schedule. Or if all of our guys finish up their lawn maintenance, they'll come out to the landscape job and help us get it completed. And so that's the thing that I'm talking about, is creating an atmosphere in your company that has this teamwork mentality, that all your guys are able to wear multiple hats and to be able to just help one another to get things done. But I want you to think about, with your schedules, taking that most difficult thing of the day, even if you're the business owner and you're not getting, your hands dirty as much, as you used to. Think about taking and going to that most difficult property every morning, helping your guys to get that done, and then going back to the operations of the business, bidding jobs and doing these other things. I personally have found that it has helped our company be able to grow significantly, that we're able to get to that $10,000 to $17,000 a week in lawn care revenue. That's not to count the additional revenue we're making on irrigation, our additional revenue that we are making on landscaping, and then also the additional revenue that we are making on hardscaping. So guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed tonight's video. I hope that you find it helpful. I really hope that you will take these things to mind and think about how you can apply it to your business. But guys, God bless, and we'll see you next time here on Lawn Care Tips and Tricks.